this is Tristan running for Lakewood City Council, bringing to you today a voter guide of sorts. This is what's on the ballot, basically. If you live in Lakewood, this is entirely what's on the ballot on November 7th. But if you live anywhere in Ohio, we'll be talking about the 2 statewide issues that'll be on the ballot. If you live in Cuyahoga County, there's an additional 2 countywide initiatives or issues that'll be on the ballot. And there's also, if you live in Lakewood, an additional 1 more issue in Lakewood, giving us a total of 5 if you live in Lakewood, issues that will be on the ballot. And let's just jump right into it. So we'll start with issue 1. This is Marsys Law. It's known on the ballot as the Crime Victims Bill of Rights, which is an initiative that would change our state constitution to require that crime victims be notified and consulted on developments in their case. Now, we have some pretty strong victims' rights language in our Constitution as it stands now. This would essentially replace that. So there's a lot of things to consider, and we'll include all that information in the blog because it's a lot of detail, and I want to make sure you have the right information to vote. I'm still undecided on it, to be honest, and I'm not going to give you my opinion on this one. I'm going to give you the information and let you come to a decision on that. So I'm still thinking about it. So that's issue 1. Issue 2 is something that is not as confusing, even though lots of money has been spent by the pharmaceutical industry to confuse you. It is not actually that confusing of an issue, and it's something that I do support. I'm going to be voting yes on issue 2. Issue 2 basically lowers the drug prices for state programs. That's what it does. It sets the formularies the state pays for drugs. That's Medicaid, Best RX, other programs that are related to the state. It limits what they pay for drugs to what the VA pays, no more than what the VA pays for drugs, the Veterans Administration. It does not affect what the VA pays for drugs. That's set in stone by an act of Congress back in 1992, the Veterans Health Care Act. So the veterans will not be affected. Senior citizens largely won't be affected. This is just for basically saving the state and those 4 million people that receive drugs through state programs. It's gonna save our state $400 million, and the reason the pharmaceutical industry is running all these no on issue 2 ads is so they can save that money and keep that $400 million of our tax dollars in their coffers, going to their CEOs, paying for their golden parachutes, whatnot. So I'm voting yes to try to control drug prices. We know that once we control drug prices here, other states will demand the same thing, and the private industry will demand the same pricing, and hopefully it'll start this cascade where the drug company sort of loses control of their skyrocketing drug prices, and we can start bringing these prices down around the country. And it can start here in Ohio if we vote yes on issue 2. So I'm voting yes on issue 2 to first and foremost save us hundreds of millions of dollars. Second, to maybe start something really big countrywide. So that's issue 2. Issue 24, this is Lakewood specific. This is Lakewood only. Lakewood has a charter. It's basically like our city constitution. And every 10 years, we go over it to see if it needs to be changed, updated. This time around, we've decided to totally revamp the thing, totally amend the whole thing. Take the old one and redo the language to make it easier to read, to make it gender neutral, to just basically update it to 2017 standards and make it a document that's just easier to digest. I think the move was good. Originally, I came to this through the lens. I came at this through the lens that I wanted to make sure that this wasn't going to be some kind of power grab by city council or by the mayor or by the law department. I wanted to make sure this was going to be something that protected people's rights throughout. And I read it with that glass, and I had some questions. And I took those questions to Dr. Keller, who was my professor, kind of got me involved in public service, and it was spearheaded this move to redo our charter. And I took it to some other people that were on the commission, and they were able to answer my questions very well. And I really respect the time and energy they put into this. And I have just about no problems with the charter as it stands. I've seen some criticism along those lines that it's some kind of power grab by the mayor, and we should think critically. We should definitely think about, make sure that this is something that is good for the city. And I looked at it like that, and I was able to get my questions answered. I'm feeling pretty good about it, and I'm going to be voting yes on issue 24 to amend our charter. I think it's a good document. And also includes some good things about ethics training for elected officials, which I think is really important. We can build on that once I'm on council too. So that's issue 24, voting yes. Issue 59 is the Port Authority tax renewal. It's only going to cost about $350 per year per $100,000 of home value. This will allow our Port Authority to keep moving forward. Adds about $3.5 billion of revenue to the economy every year. It's a good thing, I think. It's a minuscule amount of money. Why not? I'm voting yes on issue 59 for the Port Authority. Last issue is issue 61. This is the Tri-C bond issue. This is going to inject some cash into the basically the part of Tri-C that's doing a lot of the capital building, a lot of the capital projects that it'll allow them to basically build some new buildings. About a third of this money will allow them to build new buildings, which they desperately need. They've been around for over 50 years. And it'll allow them to renovate a lot of their older buildings. This is important. I think community colleges are incredibly important. It's something I'm a product of Lorain County Community College. I believe in the community college system. It allows people to get a leg up and to really access the education where maybe they wouldn't have gone to college otherwise. They can attend a community college. And like me, I transitioned from a community college to a 4-year institution and then eventually got my master's degree. So it's a huge plus for the community, and we need to invest in these schools whenever we get the chance. And I think this is a great chance to invest in our community colleges. And I'd love to see Tri-C come to Lakewood. We already have Akron here, which is great. I'd love to see them maybe take some of that space downtown once we decide how we're going to develop our downtown. We'd love to see Tri-C maybe move in, give us some more options for education here in our great city. That is it. So thank you so much. Check out the blog. We'll put the link to the description so you can read more, learn more. Remember, vote November 7th. I will be on the ballot, as will there be 2 school board members who are running unopposed who will be on the ballot. So remember, vote Tristan Rader November 7th. Vote yes on issue 2, yes on issue 24, yes on issue 59, yes on issue 61. Do some research on issue 1, but do some research on all of them and make your own decision. I'm just giving you my input. And again, I thank you for the time and good luck out there.